When people talk about male archetypes, you've likely heard of alpha males taking charge and beta males going with the flow. But have you ever wondered about that man who slips under the radar, yet somehow radiates a quiet force you can't ignore? Allow me to introduce the Sigma male, a highly private, low-key archetype who defies every assumption that we've come to accept about male hierarchies. Rather than boasting about his strengths, he wields them discreetly, revealing almost nothing of his inner world while still managing to shape his surroundings with uncanny precision. It's this enigmatic blend of privacy and influence that sets him on a path all his own, unseen by most, but more powerful than anyone suspects. So, why are Sigma males so private? And what are they hiding? Well, in this video, I'll be discussing 8 reasons why Sigma males stay hidden. Number 1. They don't want their ambitions used against them. Sigma males often have lofty goals, whether they're career milestones, financial achievements, or innovative projects they're working on. But instead of shouting these ambitions from the rooftops, they prefer to keep them under wraps. Why? Because when you broadcast your dreams, you invite scrutiny, jealousy, and sometimes even attempts at sabotage. Sigmas see no point in painting a target on their backs. By quietly putting in the work, they ensure no one can derail their plans out of spite, envy, or plain old competition. It's like they're playing a strategic game of chess, revealing their next move only when it's already checkmate. This sense of privacy about their goals isn't born from paranoia. It's a logical step to protect what they value, including their peace of mind. Number 2. They don't have to keep up appearances. Look around. Most people are caught up in managing their public image, showcasing their best life on social media, or going to lengths to maintain a certain reputation. Sigmas, on the other hand, couldn't care less about looking good for the crowd. They'd rather pour that energy into projects or personal growth, instead of performing for others' approval. Whether it's driving an older car or wearing understated clothes, they simply don't feel the need to impress anyone. By staying off the radar, they spare themselves the anxiety of having to keep up with new trends, social expectations, or the constant question of, what will people think? This approach not only saves them time and stress, but it also gives them the freedom to explore life on their own terms, without the weight of societal judgment. Number 3. Mystique attracts genuine connections. It might sound counterintuitive, but being less visible can actually help you find more authentic bonds. When you're not broadcasting every detail of your life, people who gravitate toward you are typically curious about who you really are, not what you can offer. Sigma males enjoy this perk because it filters out the opportunists looking to leech off a successful image, or those who just want a connection for social status. Instead, the people who take the time to get to know a Sigma are often the ones genuinely interested in his mindset, values, and motivations. In a world where so many relationships are built on superficial criteria, that layer of privacy acts as a gatekeeper. Those who break through it are there because they truly want to be, and the connections formed under these circumstances tend to run deeper. Number 4. They maintain separate worlds for different passions. One of the standout traits of Sigma males is their ability to compartmentalize different aspects of their life. Maybe he's a talented artist among friends, a sharp business strategist at work, and a grounded family man at home. But these circles rarely intersect. He keeps these worlds separate to preserve balance and avoid the chaos that comes from letting them blend. For instance, a Sigma might have a certain persona at the office: formal, concise, solution-focused, and a completely different persona with his siblings or closest friends: funny, laid-back, open to deep conversation. This is less about being disingenuous and more about tailoring his energy to suit the environment. By doing so, he doesn't feel pressured to constantly perform one unified identity, and this gives him the freedom to adapt fluidly to different settings without fear of judgment or misunderstandings. Number 5. They see anonymity as a strategic asset. In an era where so much is public, Sigma males find power in privacy. They understand that being off the radar grants them the flexibility to make big decisions without facing immediate backlash or being under the microscope. It's not that they're avoiding responsibility. Rather, they recognize that the less noise around a plan, the less interference or sabotage is likely to occur. From a strategic standpoint, anonymity lets them maneuver without constantly explaining themselves or justifying their motives. They can switch careers, test entrepreneurial ideas, or make investments without a chorus of opinions guiding or thwarting their every move. It's the ultimate form of independence, and Sigma males leverage it to ensure they stay in the driver's seat of their own lives. Number 6. They dislike publicly debating personal choices. Have you ever felt drained by having to defend your decisions to friends, family, or even strangers on social media? Sigma males cut out that drain entirely. They'd rather carry on silently, making choices that align with their values and intuition, instead of crowdsourcing approval or fighting to justify themselves. Think about it. Whenever you announce a big decision, you might spend hours fielding questions or handling unsolicited advice. Sigmas see that as wasted energy. By operating quietly, they sidestep these debates. The beauty of this approach is that if a decision goes well, great. If it doesn't, they've learned a lesson. No endless cycle of "I told you so" or "What were you thinking?" from external voices. Number 7. They only trust a very small amount of people. For Sigma males, trust is a high-stakes gamble, and they don't hand it out easily. They believe most people haven't earned the right to know their personal details or vulnerabilities. Earning a Sigma's trust often requires consistency over time, proof of loyalty, and genuine respect. This isn't about paranoia. It's more about knowing how quickly someone can misuse information in the wrong hands or twist details for personal gain. By only letting a handful of people into their inner circle, Sigmas greatly reduce the likelihood of being stabbed in the back. This way, they keep emotional drama to a minimum and preserve their energy for pursuits that truly matter to them. Number 8. They enjoy being by themselves. Perhaps the most straightforward reason of all. Sigma males genuinely find comfort in their own company. They don't need a crowd or a steady stream of external validation to feel grounded. Their sense of self-worth comes from internal measures, what they've learned, created, or accomplished on their own terms. Solitude gives them space to think deeply, pursue personal interests, and escape the noise of daily life. While some may see being alone as loneliness, Sigmas see it as liberty. They can do what they want, when they want, without compromising for anyone else's agenda. It's a quiet independence that many people crave, but few truly manage to embrace. At the end of the day, Sigma males stay hidden for reasons that go far beyond just privacy for privacy's sake. They recognize how a low profile can safeguard their ambitions, their mental peace, and the authenticity of their relationships. It's about choice. The choice not to let society dictate their image, not to dance for the crowd's applause, and not to open the door for drama or exploitation. In a culture that pushes us to be louder, more visible, and constantly on display, the Sigma approach might seem revolutionary. But perhaps that's exactly why it works so well. By claiming the power of staying hidden, they carve out a space for genuine living, free from the world's relentless gaze. Do you agree with the points I mentioned in this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. If you're ready to continue your journey toward achieving greatness, hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Click here to see 8 things Sigma males hate that everyone else loves.